Vampire, the undead aristocrat. At first glance, it's just folklore, a story told to scare children. But this creature is designed, almost perfected for one purpose: draining life. Its appearance is deceptive. Pale skin, sharp features, an elegance that masks hunger. From the shadows, it watches. Patient, calculating, eyes tuned to detect weakness like thermal sensors locked on prey. When the moment is right, it doesn't hesitate. It strikes, fangs pierce, blood flows, the body responds with paralysis. A venom some legends claim induces euphoria. The victim doesn't fight, they surrender. Now comes the real trick. The vampire doesn't just feed, it converts. One bite and the curse transfers. The hunted becomes the hunter, a perfect system of self-replication, immortal, intelligent, unstoppable. But there's one flaw. The vampire weakens in daylight. Ancient texts describe loss of power, forced retreat to coffins and crypts, vulnerable during day, dominant at night, efficient, seductive, eternal. And yet, this legend doesn't end here, because across the Americas, something cruder is hunting. A monster that doesn't seduce. It mutilates. Chupacabra, the goat sucker. A name that sounds almost comedic until you see what it leaves behind. Unlike the vampire's clean punctures, this creature tears. In Puerto Rico, witnesses describe it as reptilian, hunched, with spines running down its back and eyes that glow red in flashlight beams. Some say it's alien. Others claim it's a failed experiment. The truth? No one knows. What they do know is the carnage. Entire flocks drained overnight. Precise puncture wounds in the neck. No blood on the ground. No struggle. Just hollow carcasses arranged like trophies. The creature doesn't hunt for sport. It feeds with purpose, methodical and complete. Its speed is supernatural, reported to leap over fences in a single bound, to vanish into brush without sound. A predator built for rural darkness and isolated prey. Brutal, mysterious, unseen. But speed fades when the moon rises full. Because when transformation begins, another hunter emerges. One that was human moments before. Werewolf, humanity's inner beast given form. During daylight, it walks among us. A neighbor, a friend, a stranger on the street. But when the full moon climbs, the curse activates. Bones crack and reshape. Skin erupts with fur. Teeth elongate into fangs designed for tearing flesh, not draining it. The transformation is agony. Every account agrees on this. Pain so intense the human mind shatters, replaced by pure predatory instinct. What emerges is raw power in motion. Muscles dense enough to snap tree limbs, claws that carve through wood and bone, a sense of smell so acute it tracks fear itself, following adrenaline through forests like bloodhounds chasing scent. The werewolf doesn't strategize. It overwhelms. A blur of fur and fury that turns civilization into hunting ground. Its victims aren't drained, they're shredded. Morning reveals the aftermath. Claw marks on doors, blood trails leading nowhere, and sometimes survivors. Infected, cursed to repeat the cycle. The werewolf is contagion and carnage combined. Powerful, tragic, relentless. But power isn't everything. Because deep beneath ancient waters, something massive stirs. A shadow that dwarfs even the fiercest land predator. Loch Ness Monster, Nessie. A name that sounds almost friendly. Almost. Beneath Scotland's deepest lake, something waits. Witnesses describe a serpentine neck rising from black water. Humps breaking the surface like submarine ridges. A creature supposedly extinct for 65 million years, yet sightings persist across centuries. If the legends hold truth, this is a plesiosaur, a marine reptile that survived extinction through isolation. Its size is staggering. Estimates reach 20 meters. Flippers powerful enough to generate waves that rock boats. Teeth designed to grip struggling fish in jaws built for an ancient ocean. The loch itself becomes the sanctuary, over 200 meters deep, pitch black below 30 meters. Sonar scans reveal underwater caves, vast networks where something this size could hide for decades. The monster doesn't surface often. It doesn't need to. It owns an entire ecosystem, a relic predator in a domain humans cannot access. Patient, massive, hidden. And yet, in frozen peaks where temperatures kill, another legend endures. One that leaves footprints 40 centimeters long. Yeti, the abominable snowman. High in the Himalayas, where oxygen thins and cold penetrates bone, something survives. Sherpas have known for generations. Dark fur, reddish-brown to black. Bipedal, towering over 2 meters tall. Built like evolution's answer to extreme altitude, muscle and fat, insulating a frame strong enough to navigate terrain that cripples trained climbers. Its intelligence is the true mystery. The Yeti doesn't mindlessly attack. It observes. It avoids. Expeditions find evidence, caves with bones arranged deliberately, paths through avalanche zones no animal should navigate. Some researchers believe it's a surviving Gigantopithecus, an ancient ape that should have died out 100,000 years ago. When it does attack, witnesses report overwhelming strength. Arms that snap bones with casual grip, a roar that triggers avalanches, but mostly it remains hidden. A shadow against rock and ice, ruling mountains too hostile for human settlement. The Yeti isn't just surviving, it's thriving where nothing else can. Adapted, elusive, supreme. But even mountain kings have rivals. And when December 5th arrives, a darker legend descends from alpine peaks. Krampus, the anti-Santa. On Krampusnacht, the night before St. Nicholas Day, this creature hunts. Where Christmas promises gifts for good children, Krampus guarantees punishment for the wicked. Standing over 2 meters tall, it combines human and goat. Horns spiral from a demonic skull. Hooves replace feet. Fur matted with ice and ancient blood. Chains wrap its torso, dragging behind with metallic screams that announce its arrival. Its tongue lolls, impossibly long and prehensile. Legends say it tastes fear. Children who've lied, stolen, or tormented others wake to find Krampus at their bedside. Not to kill, to punish. It carries birch switches for beatings, a wicker basket on its back for abduction. The truly wicked disappear, dragged to underworld caves where screams echo until spring thaw. This isn't mindless violence, Krampus judges. It knows your sins before you confess them. In alpine villages, parents still warn children. Behave, or Krampus comes December 5th. The creature appears only once yearly, but that single night holds more terror than a lifetime of vampires. Judgment, pain, inevitability. From castles to mountains, forests to frozen lakes, every legend rules its domain. But one truth connects them all. In darkness, myth still wears claws. If you watched all the way here, don't forget to subscribe, leave a like, and comment which mythical creature you think would dominate them all.